Peppa Pig, the big issues that I get to talk about. I'm glad that I do. So this speech to the CBI went off track a few times. Boris Johnson apparently lost a page. He found the wrong page and then spent about 20 seconds just making sounds.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that's quite normal for him, isn't it? That is. At what point did they become aware that this wasn't just like a part of the speech that he was choosing to?
Full 20 seconds in. It was a really strange bit at the end where he went, forgive me. And that's the first time I think we've heard him apologise for anything, so we should enjoy that. And then, with the Peppa Pig mention, where he said he went to Peppa Pig World, he then did some car noises, which, again, I think might just be the way he speaks. The sounds in between words. Blah, blah, blah. It's idling, and then you can hear him change gear every so often. Blah, blah, blah.
I don't know if you've noticed this, but there are a number of impressionists who do, like Rory Bremner does it, my friend of mine, Lewis McCloud is a very good impressionist. They all have to pick a noise which they use to do Boris's... You know, Lewis does a... Wah.
Yeah, for most other impressions, it's words, but for Boris...
Yes, you've just got to pick a noise, much as he does.
Then he said he was like Moses, and again, he's right. We all remember when Moses said that he'd been to Peppa Pig World.
Peppa Pig World, yes, absolutely.
Not seen the film in a while.
And brought back the Ten Commandments. I think we've got a clip to show them, actually, for our viewers at home. Do we have a bit of Boris?
Former motoring correspondent, EVs may not burble like sucking doves, and they may not have that rum, rum, rah, rah that you love. Safer streets with great local schools, with fantastic broadband. Forgive me. People will have the confidence to stay nearer. Yesterday I went, as we all must, to Peppa Pig World. Who would have believed, Tony, that a pig that looks like a hairdryer or...
Yesterday we all went to Peppa Pig World. It almost sounds as if it's a verb, isn't it? He's gone to Peppa Pig World. It's not pepping much at all.
We've all had bad gigs. Yeah. I mean, that's what I think watching that. we've all, as comedians, we've all had bad gigs. But what sometimes you do when the audience is flagging a bit, you sometimes find yourself saying, anyone here married? And you ask a question before setting up the next bit. Boris's mistake, because he hasn't got 10 years in the game like me, his mistake was he went, who's been to Peppa Pig World? It's just too obscure, because then he went, not enough hands up.
Is it local? Is it in the same sort of entertainment complex as the speech was?
He was in South Shields. Peppa Pig World is Dorset, so it's a 6-hour drive.
Well, that's actually really bad, because I had assumed it was next door or something. It was where the kids go, where the grown-ups are at the CBI, the kids have been dropped off. No, it's 6 counties away.
He even said, hands up who's been, and then just no one put their hand up. But do you know what? It wasn't, do you know what? The actual engine noise, because if you read the line, made engine noises, you think, well, he's gone completely insane. But if you actually watch the engine noise bit, that was all right. He was saying that, you know, electric cars don't quite have the oomph of the old cars. That bit I was fine with. The Peppa Pig, he got completely lost. He was improvising. It didn't go very well.
He said the EV car doesn't have the of the old Ferrari, but actually it will beat it off the grid because the torque is exceptional. I've got a friend who drives a, I assume I'm allowed to say this, I'll find out, I'm sure other electric vehicles are available, but she has a Tesla. And it is extraordinary, the acceleration, which is silent. I mean, I can imagine if that's the first time you've experienced it, that would be something you'd want to tell people about, because it's quite unnerving. It's like being in a really high-powered milk float.
All you need to do is have Boris Johnson in the car. He'll make the noises for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Head out the window. He's already got the hairstyle.
It's not
like a sat-nav, you can get his voice.
Yes, that's right. You can program your own kids' voices onto sat-nav apps now, can't you? And maybe you can get Boris to do them. That is a really good idea, actually.
Go on.
I was just thinking, I think we're coming at this from the point of view of, oh, look, he's being silly again.
Yeah.
And some people on social media saying we've got a whiff of the dead cat here. The only time that things have gone badly for the Conservatives in the polls when you've been talking about sleaze, well, we're not talking about sleaze right now. We're talking about car impressions and Peppa Pig visitations.
Yes.
So actually, maybe he didn't lose that page, and there's a sheet of A4 somewhere that has the words, I lost the page, sorry, forgive me, Peppa Pig, and it's all written down there. It's possible.
There's a feeling that his charm's running out of it, though, isn't there? That people are like, we've had all the sleaze, you're not going to get out of it this time with Peppa Pig banter. But I do wonder, call me a conspiracy theorist, I do wonder why we're seeing these Boris negative stories now. And I spoke to some people in the civil service, they were like, yeah, Boris hasn't got long. I just feel like there's a vibe now that Boris hasn't got long, and someone behind the scenes is trying to push that. What do you think? Is that...
No,
I mean,
It's not the first time that's come up, and I think it's plausible. But on the other hand, I think he's always been this rubbish at this kind of thing. But there has been enough going on. We had, obviously Brexit was the big deal for a long time. That was immediately followed by coronavirus. There was not, there was not enough of a gap for his failings as a functioning human being to emerge. We were right into the next crisis. But now it just feels like things are settling down enough. You know what I mean? It's a bit like when your kids get old enough and stop keeping you up through the night and you realise your marriage is actually in trouble. That wasn't just,
And he's got everyone against him. Obviously, he's got the left and he's also got his own backbench with a lot of issues. And he's also got Cummings now releasing these things. Like that one the other day when he said that he preferred to just write his book because he loves writing and Shakespeare. Does he really have to be PM? Do you remember that message that got released?
I think he would love to go back to that. If he was offered, it's a bit like he needs somebody to lower a little bit of toilet paper into the bath for him to climb out on now. And I think he's probably more afraid of us than we are of him.